I said yabba dabba doo and everyone go yabba. I said yabba dabba doo and everyone go yabba. I said yabba dabba doo and everyone go yabba. I said yabba dabba doo and everyone go yabba, yabba. 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 This show's so fucking crude, I'm gonna have to take a poo. Everything you say's a lie, I'm gonna grab a chicken pot pie. Everyone scream yabba dabba doo, I'm gonna come back and shoot my goo. Listen to this or something else, you people listen to this can need some help. Oh!
Yabba dabba doo! Yabba dabba doo!
For payment, do stuff, PayPal or Cash App or yabba dabba doo or Zelle or...
The only... I say yabba dabba doo and everyone go yabba, yabba. 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 Yabba.
Woo-wee! Yabba dabba doo. Hey, folks. Welcome to another uneventful episode of this episode. I hope you do not like that intro song that I recorded beginning of the week. But speaking of the week, that's what the podcast is. This is a podcast anybody can do. You talk about your bored week, try to make it sound interesting. And then you do some stupid odd news puns, and every once in a while you nail a good line or so, but it does help me with my stand-up a little bit. So this is the first, but yet worst comedy podcast in Philadelphia. And it's your favorite podcast show that most people won't even listen to or bother to find out of the hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there. I'm stalling because I don't have much for the week. Pretty much Wednesday night I tried to get some stage time. I went to this place called the Royal. You guys know it's a music comedy open mic where they put numbers on a table. It's a stupid system. And you grab a random number. I grabbed number 10. They didn't really have that many people there. And they call your number, and then you could sign up. So pretty much they called my number, but I didn't feel like signing up because I was going to be number 10. And if you don't get on by like number 7 or 8, you're on after 10 o'clock. And I couldn't wait, but I was like, I'm just going to watch the show. I wanted to get on. I had some new puns this week. But I said, I'm not going to fucking go up because there's just fucking, no point. So I fucking just watched the show. This comedian was there, Andy Nolan, was really funny. I waited for him. I watched him. And then pretty much I left. That was that. And I didn't bother to get anything to eat that night, surprisingly, because it was already like 10 something, and I was like, I'm not really that hungry, and I'm trying to save money, and I'm not trying to, fucking all that stuff. So that was pretty much Wednesday night. Monday and Thursday, went to the gym, got some Chipotle, and yabba dabba doo. Tuesday night, I did food deliveries on a random Tuesday. I had nothing else to do, and pretty much, they were giving me some shitty orders in the beginning, and I was just like, whatever, fucking just do what I could do. But I pretty much, I started out at this Korean barbecue place, and I think everybody tipped me for that night, except for maybe, I think it was the first night in a while where everybody tipped me. Not to say a lot, but I did about 6 or 7 orders, my usual. And I think, everybody a tip for the most part. I say I made a lot of money. And then, of course, Friday night, last night, I did food deliveries. Marco, the buffet guy, texted me to go to a casino, but it was too late. I guess I left my house a little too early. It was too late. I said, it's too late. I'm doing food deliveries. So, pretty much last night, Friday night, I think I did more food deliveries than I ever have, because my first order was 3 orders at Chipotle. So I did 3 orders at Chipotle, And then I did, everybody tipped me except for the first 3 orders. The first 3 orders, there was no tip on there, but it was $9 for 3 orders. They were all right next to each other. So I did that, and then I did 2 orders at fucking Little Caesars. Little Caesars never tips. They tip me. Papa John's, I did an order there. McDonald's, some Spanish place, they tipped me pretty good. So I got pretty good tips on it than one person. And I got home, I went to Wawa, and I took a piss, and I got me a buffalo chicken wrap with a bag of Ranch Doritos and a Diet Coke because I'm eating healthy. And tonight I did a comedy show. That's right, you guys. Not a paid comedy show, of course. But I did get on stage this week. This comedian that I know, Matt Reese, who he's becoming, I used to do a video podcast with him on the Back to the Humor channel. He's one of the guys who was doing it before I started. He has become an open mic at Wheaties once in a while. He messaged me on Facebook and said, hey, this open mic I was telling you about, it's on Saturday. And I didn't realize, I thought it was in Kensington, but it's actually in a better neighborhood. It's in Fishtown, where all the yuppie whiteys are at. And he said, yeah, it starts at 7. So he texted me last night when I was dashing, doing food deliveries. And I said, well, what time do I have to be there? And he said, you can get there at 5:30. I'm like, 5:30? Well, the show starts at 7. What, for hair and makeup? Comedians never get there that early. So I was like, well, try to get there by 6. I said, all right, count me in, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So pretty much it was only a 20-minute drive. The same way I go to Old City. Pretty much I hit a big pothole. That was fun. Surprised I still have tires. And I got there kind of early. I got there like before 6. I met the guy who was their boss. Him and this other comedian, Matt. They're both named Matt. That's his friend from work. Their boss puts things together. It's in a church. That's right, you guys. And it's not, for those of you guys who don't know, I have done stand-up comedy before in a church. On Craigslist, I was talking to this guy. Sounds weird to say I was talking to a guy on Craigslist, but I was looking for comedy shows. And this guy had a catering hall in Bristol, and I did his show. It was a poetry, spoken word, music, comedy thing. So I have done comedy in a church before. So pretty much I got there super early. I sat in my car. I was going to do my podcast, but I was like, I'm going to wait. And then I was talking to some folks, and then this other comedian, Michael Beavers, came in. He gets on all the shows. He comes to my open mic once in a while. Funny black gent. Or just a funny guy in general for my racism. And pretty much we were talking and stuff and hanging out. And not hanging out, but just talking, waiting for the show. We both got there kind of early. And then the show started at 7. They had a band, these Fishtown kids. They were pretty good. There was no microphone for them because there was no stand. The microphone was very weird. It had an echo on it, which was kind of distracted. Pretty much I did good. I mean, the audience came in as the show came on. It was kind of light at first, and it was fun. He had chips and salsa, but I already had dinner. I snacked on one. It was good. Had a can of this other brand Mountain Dew. And pretty much I went on around 8:30. I was number 7 or 6, whatever. And, I did some new puns. I tried some new stuff out. And the audience, I bobbed one pun at the end, and they thought it was funny. It killed because I forgot the punchline. I said, I forgot the punchline. And they loved it. They're like, They laughed at me. So I did about 5.5, 6 minutes. Some comedians went way too long. He doesn't give a light there. And I wouldn't say I killed, but, I had people say good job to me, mostly comedians. They were all like, you were good. Not much of the audience, so the audience doesn't tell you you're funny. I guess I was just funny to the comics, so I don't know. But I felt good about it, and then I stayed for the whole show. The show was over like around 9, around 9-ish. Around 9, it's about a 2-hour show. And then the guy was like, yeah, please come back. We're going to do it again in another 2 months. And I was like, great. So I've not done comedy on a Saturday night since probably my last paid show. Besides my show I had 2 years ago. That was probably 10 years ago at Hat Barrel. That was my last time I did a show on a Saturday. And it wasn't a show, it was an open mic. But it was pretty cool. And now I'm at the mall near my house. Not the one near where I go, do my stuff. Closer to me. And I think I'm going to try to do a few. It's about 9:40ish right now. I might try to do a few food deliveries tonight. We'll see how it goes. If they give me anything decent. If not, I might just hang out for a while. I'm not really hungry. And then we'll get back to that. So, anyways, if anything else happens, I'll add to it. And if not, we get to your least favorite segment, where it gets to the odd news. Alright, folks, here comes the odd news. Meet Nemino, a tiny bumpy fish making a splash in Chicago. A bumpy fish, yeah, I guess there's a lot of ups and downs there. No one at the Waffle House remembers FEMA official who says he teleported in. Waffle House, I guess that guy has a lot of holes in that story. Hershey is switching back to classic Reese's recipe in 2027 after a backlash. Yeah, I guess they better just hold their cups on that one. RKRP is coming to town for real, North Carolina station director says. Leak reveals true damage of U.S. Embassy strike was hidden. Why was Las Vegas newspaper just stopped printing its rival? Well, why won the... yeah, I guess they try to draw to their own conclusion. Succulent Chinese meal speech added to Australia's National Film and Sound Archive. Sahara dust storm turns Greek sky red as winds are flooded, leaving one person dead. The sky was red. I guess they had a volcano eye on the whatever. New Jersey transit manager admits stealing 1.3 million cell phones to fund vacations. Well, I guess he made a lot of calls, but he couldn't. Everest guides accuse of poisoning foreign climbers to force fake rescues. Danish warship sunk by Nelson's British fleet discovered after 225 years. Hiker's dog lost in wild New Zealand was rescued by a helicopter after strangers found the search. They found the dog. I guess the dog always finds its way home when it comes to. Everybody just shut up. Okay, let's see if there's anything else going on. Looks like it's pretty slow. I guess because it's Easter week. So only one more news site. If the show ends early, well, I say that's good. It says rivals parade giant penises to dash stigma at Japan's fertility festival. Yeah, I guess they were just being dicks, you know. That's the obvious joke. $167 million Powerball winner has been accused of breaking into a home and stealing $12,000 before his latest arrest. Yeah, I guess no matter how much he wins, you can't stop him from... Oh, wait. I'm just bombing here, folks. Not one decent pun. Well, Heidi Fleiss, now living in Las Vegas, plays the change counties blind. I think I read that. I read that last week. I probably did. I don't think there's anything else. Well, folks, that's it. The show ends early. I say that's a good thing. Probably only a minute early. Who cares? Still listen to this crap anyways. But I will see you folks on the next one. As far as with the show next week, I don't know. Maybe some stupid shorts. If I get on stage somewhere. And that's that. And that's it for the show. I'll see you folks on the next one. You just listened to, and we're out of here. Go freak yourself, Cuffy.